Hi there guys, just here back with another video for you, here today with Josh.
Yeah.
Josh Smith. So we made a video a couple of weeks back, didn't we, Josh?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, so the video was, well, you go ahead, what was the video about?
In the video we did a mini mock test at the end of it, and we really were doing some preparation, weren't we, for my test, which was last Wednesday. But as you can probably tell, I'm here now, so unless I was doing some pass plus thing, which we're not doing, I have failed my test last Wednesday. And hopefully now I've rebooked Derby Test Centre, and I'm going to do some practice with Matt on the sort of test routes and see if there's any areas I can develop. So
fantastic. That's going to be our goal for today, isn't it?
Yep.
Head over to the Derby because you did your test in Chilwell last time.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over to Derby today and see what bits come up. I'm going to make him aware of all the bits and bobs. For those of you guys who are watching who want to learn more about that, then head over to the section below the video, really. Driving test tips and advice in Derby. So some of the viewers might find it interesting here as to how it went on the test.
Yeah.
Was it what you expected?
Yeah.
So I only saw you once, didn't I, just before?
You did, yeah. It was kind of what I expected. Obviously, you can't ever prepare for a trip because you can't get. I mean, you can do mock tests and stuff, but when it comes to sitting in there and the nerves with the examiner, it's something different. So obviously it's not something you can really prepare for, but you just, I mean, it's great. To be fair, it's good I actually have failed the first time, to be honest. I mean, it would have been good if I had passed, but actually having a test, it really does show you exactly what it's truly like. And I think one big thing that shocked me is that you shouldn't overthink the test because it's easier than you actually think. The vast majority of the time when you're going to fail is if you're overthinking things. That wasn't actually my scenario, I don't think, but from what I've heard from other people, that seems to be the scenario. But even things that, I thought I might have done wrong, I didn't even get a minor for. So usually driving is perfect, it's fine. I mean, look at some other people on the road. You guys are actually probably a lot better than they are, and you need to just try and remember that and be confident.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing you need to do on your test, to be honest. And if you do that, there's a high chance you'll pass. So
big part of it, confidence.
Yeah, that's exactly what I felt. Yeah.
If that's missing, then every bit of driving you do, it doesn't sparkle.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not as good as it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not going to be.
The way I went into it is I just wanted to show off how good I was at driving. That was what I was trying to do. Pretend you're not actually doing a test. You are actually just trying to show off how good you can drive. And if you go in there with that approach, I think it's a good approach to have. It's what I did. I did fail the test, obviously, but that approach did see me through with a small number of driving faults. I ended up with having 2 minors on the test and 2 serious faults. But I'm sure Matt will ask me in a second what they were. Yeah.
So you got 2 driver faults, 2 serious.
Yes.
What were the serious faults? Okay,
so the serious faults, the first one was I was driving through an area with a school. It was my test was about 8:10 to 8. I think it was 50 in the morning. So obviously it was a very school time. Kids were coming to school. The temporary flashing lights, 20 miles per hour, were on. So I dropped my speed down to 20. I got about 100 metres past that school. There was no sign saying the ending or the marcation of when that zone ends, because it was a 30, aside from that, as all residential areas are for most of the time. And I probably got 100 metres past it, and a car overtook me. Because I was maintaining that 20 miles per hour speed because I could still see kids about. I had passed the school, and really you should get back up to speed like 30 miles an hour in that scenario once you've passed the school. But I did see kids everywhere. I thought it was safe and appropriate given the road conditions and the kids around to actually maintain that speed. A car overtook me, 2 others followed, and I failed. That was my first serious fault.
Okay. So before we move on to the next one, just for the people watching, when you got 100 metres down the road, past obviously you approach the school and you see the advisory and it's in a rectangle underneath with 30. So it's only an advisory, so you don't have to do it. And then you got the triangle on the top warning you of I don't know, maybe there was a triangle or not, but
I think there was,
but you got the lights are flashing anyway. So you've got 100, so you've slowed your speed down, great. You've got 100 yards, meters, whichever, down the road.
Meters, yeah.
And what is it? A little bit quieter, much quieter. Still people around to justify the 20.
There was still loads of people around. There's another crossing. So I personally, like I've told Matt, I didn't agree with the scenario. I didn't agree with the verdict. I was considering even appealing. I know it doesn't actually change it, and it specifies that on the thing. but I didn't see the point in doing it. It's a bit long-winded, and I've rebooked my test now, so I'm just gonna, you know, live and try and forget it. But it was just annoying though, because I saw this. I know I'm not supposed to look, and don't do this on your test. Do not look at the mark sheet. But I looked at it and then I saw an S, and from that point I was like, oh my god, I failed my test. You know, for the last 10 minutes of my test, unfortunately, I cracked the independent drive. Only one minor throughout the 20 minutes of the independent drive, so I was happy with that. And then I got my second minor and the other 2 serious faults in the last 20 minutes.
So to summarise, just to note, I didn't sit in the back of the test. Normally I sit in the back, but you did your test in another test centre. It was still justifiable to be at 20, but because you were at 20, somebody behind overtook.
Yeah.
Tough one, that one. I mean,
yeah, I know.
I think I'd have still been doing 20, if from what you've explained is how it sounds. But there we go.
Yeah.
So what was the next one?
The next one was, I apparently didn't look far enough, or he said that he wasn't sure, so you could tell that he maybe not have been sort of looking at me or something. But do you know when you're coming off of, I think I was changing lanes on Bardills or Bramcat Island, which is within the Chilwell test route, a multi-lane roundabout basically for those who don't live local. And I didn't, according to him, check my blind spot. And I do recall that I genuinely did check my blind spot, you know, like this. Obviously, as you do, check your 2 mirrors here, and then check your blind spot. I moved my head. According to him, he said I didn't move it far enough, so I didn't see. But you know, no, that's just one of them things. He couldn't see my eyes, so I don't know where I really stand on that. Again, I felt like I was sort of wronged for that because I genuinely did do it. But if he couldn't see, then I don't really know what I can. Unless now I'm just going to genuinely move it as far as I can to make sure that he can see. But again, yeah. I felt, I think probably the reason I was a bit lacklustre in looking, probably, even though I did see him on my eyes and he didn't see my head, was because I saw the S on the sheet. So that's another piece of advice: do not look. And even if you see that and you do look, just try and concentrate, because he might change his mind. You never know. There can be any situation. They have the power. There can be any situation. So just focus on your test. Don't give up. Don't give up. Try your best not to.
Cool. Good bit of advice there. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Just to clarify, like, I sometimes see when I'm doing lane changes with people, and we're working on it, when we do what's called like a sideways glance when on the move, rather, because obviously when you drive, you won't want to be looking around like this or like this, obviously, but you do want to have a quick glance or glance. So probably what some people do is have a little tiny one, so they'll go just beyond where the mirror would be. But it needs to be a bit more thorough, you know, a bit snappier. So that's, you know, that's the best advice I would give. But I weren't there. I didn't see what you did, and
yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's an awkward one. But yeah. So just to clarify as well, you got serious on our mock test for moving off from the side of the road on a busy road. Yes. And that went well on your test.
Perfect. Yeah, I got pulled about 4 or 5 times actually, so more than I was expecting. All the times, all I did, like I'd advise everybody to do, is to wait till you've got a gap. If you put an indicator on and you realise it's going to mess people up, take it straight off. Just leave it. That's what I did on the test. Let them go past. Make sure there's another gap. Check everything, including your blind spot, and then go off as you would on a driving lesson. Just take it. Just be relaxed. I mean, you're going to be driving when you pass your test, and you can't be sort of mad like you're a bit. You know, just relax. Really, let's relax on the test. But yeah, I did it fine on the test. And like Matt was saying, on the mock test, we pulled up on a busy road in Chaddesden, which is on Derby test route. And I didn't be relaxed. I was quite agitated. I was wanting to go. The fact that an indicator was on already made me sort of think, oh, should I go, should I not go? Cars were confused. Just leave it until there's a space. It's the biggest piece of advice I can give on that.
Fantastic, thanks for that. So anything else you want to go over before we get driving today, or are you ready to get to it?
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it, yeah.
Okay, cool.